Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of our Icenia Rises campaign. Of course, we are the great, the grand, the glorious, the divided country of Albion. Yes, we are suffering from some internal divisions, and as you can see, it looks like a civil war may break out in the next 40 months, so we will have to keep a close eye on that. We also will have to keep a close eye on the date. We are trying to power through and finish this before the next update of the game comes out in just, 8 days from now? No, yeah, 7 days from now. So, we're trying to get some stuff done. I will probably record a bunch of these episodes and pre-record them, release them on YouTube, maybe even after December 3rd. We'll just have to see. I'm going to let this campaign finish out, but because I am having a ton of fun with it. But, of course, if we lose the Civil War, I do believe the campaign just ends, so we definitely don't want to lose said Civil War. We have quite the war chest. I'm happy to just keep building up the war chest, especially since we have a Civil War on the horizon. I'm moving these 15,000 troops all the way. I'm going to put them in Venta. I'm going to add those horse archers to the army of Albion. Both of these armies are disloyal to me, and I just want to make sure that we are not necessarily outnumbered and outclassed on the battlefield at home. I'm going to go ahead and... Looks like we have some granaries raided. I want to make sure that some of these places... Governor can gain some loyalty. Perfect. I think that would actually end this civil war. Maybe? No. So, I have a bunch of generals who don't necessarily love me right now. Let's hire you, or embark you. Let's move you towards maybe Brano Vernum. I'm going to go ahead and just move these 10,000 troops to the marshes. In case you can't tell, I'm kind of consolidating my power. Of course, I didn't actually put you on the boats, so I have to sail that ship back. I'm just trying to consolidate my power a little bit. We're no longer importing veggies. We've had a death. We're only 35 months away from a civil war. Barbarians, it's okay. Not super worried about the barbarians at the moment, although it'd be nice if you jumped into action to go save me. In fact, those are some barbarians way out. I don't even know where they came from. We will probably need to build some fortifications over here to keep them from just moving straight into our territory. Yeah, some border forts would be good. I think I'm just going to go ahead and build a border fort down here to start with. Looks like my armies have jumped into action and are heading that way. But they are unfortunately wreaking havoc. Unfortunately, that is but a minor nuisance at the moment because I am significantly more worried about our troubles at home. And I still need to move these 15,000 troops to join with the army of Albion. Man, those barbarians are doing a number. Let's get the high priest. Again, I need someone loyal. Let's go with you. We're only 27 months away from a potential civil war. Looks like we need a new researcher for oratory advancements. Fine, I just want to make sure someone who's loyal. We are trying to secure our power base, secure our loyalty. Okay. Our men, raised by that lady, have stood down and returned to their fields. Thankfully, it seems that she is feeling distinctly more loyal to the proud nation of Albion. So maybe she saw the writing on the walls and she didn't want to be, well, killed? Because we were going to take them down. So the disloyal troops have been disbanded. Unfortunately, that does not seem to be enough to halt the Civil War progress. Yep, still have a civil war. Alright, so I don't care what his opinion of Albion is. I want to gain that political influence. Let's go ahead, get another entice business investment. I'm going to go ahead and build another aqueduct in Albion. Alright, can we please defeat them? Do your worst. Let's put a fort here. I know that if I really wanted to optimize this, I should be building little buildings in every single settlement I have, but that just seems like a lot of work, a lot of microing at this point. Whereas instead, I need to be focused on the potential civil war that seems to have averted. So, I'm still concerned about these 85 troops, although they are not exactly led by a genius. Excuse me. Meanwhile, my soldiers, I like having them here close to home. Surrounded them myself with loyal subjects. Let's go ahead. I'll give some grain and gold to Rome. Why not? Looks like we have another instance of barbarians. Kind of just coming out of the woodwork at this point. These barbarians I'm not as afraid of. We'll have you go take care of them. Alright, and so now while we kind of sit and wait... Alright. Wait, this was that army that I was going to give to a region. So actually, we're going to stop this. Well, I guess I'll have you go take care of these barbarians, and then I will have you be gifted to the region that I was going to have you be in charge of. Well, that's a shame. It's going to hurt their... I'm surprised they were able to spawn out of here. We're pretty civilized. Next to them, 72 civilization, and they were still able to spawn? Come on. Looks like we need a new governor. You're loyal. I reward loyalty, that's for sure. Capital import route, yes please. Let's come down to where we have some of our steppe horses. We have a couple provinces that produce steppe horses. What I really need are more slaves in these provinces. And in fact, I might just go ahead. Alright, the preeminent Gowan Dorata. Some say that throughout Albion there is one constant, the deeds and character of Gowan. Precede her, and that from the villas of the capital to the shabbiest border town, Gowan has risen to great prominence and position as a public servant and aristocrat, and through her legendary private soirees has the ear of everybody worth knowing in Venta. She could no doubt be a useful ally. Fake address? No, she's a governor. I want her to stay loyal. I don't mind giving up that much gold to make her loyal, sure. In the meantime, I'm trying to move... Splendid. 4 tribesmen, sure. So how many slaves does that put me in Yukta? So I still need 2 more. Alright, so now I have a surplus of steppe archers. Man, these barbarians are doing a number. Doing a number on me, and they're really hurting my little road system. I know they don't actually hurt my roads, but I like to think that they're doing a number on my road system. Meanwhile, let us go ahead and import some steppe horses. Unfortunately, our Emperor has gained the inflammation trait. He's getting up there in years. He's 46. His child is 4, so... And his child's education is not really coming along. But he's trying to grow up still. He's got some time. We did win. We destroyed those barbarians. Hooray. Good for us. Next, let's do him. Local slave output. Man, when you have an empire this big, and you're going on speed 4, the pop-ups just tend to pile up. The pop-ups pile up. Pile-upping pop-ups. Alright, we're going to lose some gold. That's going to be fine. Gain some loyalty. Cool. I think hemp would be good, although don't we already bring in some hemp? Yeah. What do we get for our surplus of hemp? Surplus in the capital. Ship damage done, minus 10%. Each surplus gives us plus 2% slave output. That's fine and dandy. Is anything better? Maybe furs? Surplus in capital. Experience decay, minus 50%. Yep. Oh, so actually we already had a surplus, so that was worthless. So let's get rid of one of those things of furs. And ooh, let's do cloth, because each surplus in the capital gives us an extra money. Let's go this time with monthly general loyalty, maybe. We also have a military advancement. Let's talk omens for a second. Civilization change would be good. Citizen output would be fine. Slave output would be fine. Monthly general loyalty. I'm going to go with that, just for now. Let's see what inventions I got. I clicked out of that pop-up too quick. Definitely going to take the discipline invention. Definitely going to take the experience decay invention. Meanwhile, we should probably be drilling more of our armies. The old ways. Delagus Durati the Gaul, a powerful general in command of a great number of loyal troops, has issued a demand to court. Rude. Despite our efforts to move away from reliance on the upper classes, Dalaganus demands that we change our policies on the recruitment of soldiers so as to increase the power and influence of the nobility. We should think twice, though. We could say very well. He would gain 20 loyalty, which actually still would not make him loyal. And Albion institutes nobility admission law, which we would get discipline up by 5%, monthly experience up. So, oh, is it going to actually change one of my laws for free? Yeah, it would. Honestly, I'm not necessarily even upset about that. He's going to gain some loyalty, which is fine, but he's also losing a lot of loyalty. At this point, I think you could say that our loyalty issues have assuaded for now. We only have 2 disloyal generals left. Let's go ahead and train some troops. Oh, you've just been building roads everywhere. Well, let's have you build a road to Deva. Meanwhile, Deva was at once a thriving city. Let's go ahead and make sure it stays that way, shall we? It actually only needs 1 more pop before it can be turned into a metropolis. I should actually look around, see if any of my other cities can be turned into metropolises. For instance, maybe London. London would make a good metropolis. Let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like those 85,000 men who had joined with... oh, well, I spoke so soon. Looks like we have another host being raised. The army of one of the finest in Albion. Nonetheless, she has issued a demand for additional soldiers paid for and equipped from her own coffers. Recent rumors have portrayed her as in a less than favorable light, and we should begin to wonder where her loyalties truly lie. Could she be planning something? Let's take a look at her loyalties. So she's fairly loyal. Let's take a look. Is that going up? It's pretty staying constant. So we could grant the request. We would lose 5,000 manpower, also 50 gold. She would get some heavy infantry in her army, and her loyalty would go way up. I'm going to do it. So now that the most of the worry about fighting a civil war has gone away, I think I'm going to go ahead and move these 20,000 men back to mainland Europe and prepare for our next war. Our next war is going to come... You know who it's going to be against. The Romans seem to think that they are better than us for some reason. Maybe because they are from the... what they call it the civilized south. We, however, know that Venta is the greatest city in the land, and that, well, if it's not... Venta is, I would say, one of the centers of the world. All of the great merchants and tailors and craftsmen, they all radiate out of Venta. As far as, you know, Thrace and even into the former Seleucid Empire, goods are being just funneled into Venta. It is one of, if not the most influential cities in the world. A city that Rome is honestly jealous of, and for good reason. Rome had their capital taken away from them in a war against Carthage many years ago, and they have no clear, defined plans to ever take it back. Rome has been struggling. They only have 244 cohorts. I mean, how many do we have, honestly? We have 370, yeah. They have uncivilized land, but yet they still think that them and in their Latin houses, they think they're better than us. What, you think you're better than me? That was a bad accent. I'm not going to try that again. We're going to, yeah, just gain some popularity. Some dude will lose 200 gold. Local unrest down. Perfect. Speaking of unrest, we have quite a bit of it. Let's maybe continue building some, like you. I'm actually going to dismiss you as a commander and assign you to the region. Although, is this a region that, yeah, there's some disloyal places in that region, so that should maybe help with the loyalty a little bit. Yeah, so now we're starting to tick up. Starting to tick up there as well. Yeah, we're ticking up, except for here. We need a new governor. Alright. Well, you're fine, and you're fairly loyal. So yeah, at least in one place, we're gaining... one area where we had a disloyal province, we're gaining some popularity, so... It's hard to nail them down over here. My goodness. I'm tired of all these barbarians. I'm doing my best to raise that civilization value, but they just keep spawning up. Looks like we're having some loyalty issues yet again. The Duratid family have spent their wealth on raising an army of disloyal troops in Samarbrovia. Alright, where is that? Where is... You know what? We have a menu for this. Probably not there. Oh, it's this one. I'm definitely going to take the stability. Stability's going to be very helpful. Yeah, so they only raised 40,000 men. That's nothing. You think that scares me? 40,000 men? Ha! I have 40,000 men trying to beat down the palace gates every day. Still, let's go ahead and put this nice loyal army onto these boats. Sail these boats. Here. Might as well hire some more horse archers. Woo! We could lose a ton of gold, but gain some loyalty. Alright, well, wait. Dropping appearances. A man in control of a sizable and personally loyal force has delivered a demand for additional funds. No mention is made of what these funds are to be used for, and we assume that this is an attempt to assert dominance over our court. Nonetheless, are we really in a position to be able to deny these demands? No! No, we're not! Sorry. Yes, we are. And no, we are definitely not going to give away almost half of our treasury to this man who tried to grow an arm. Yeah, no. We'll lose some stability. That's fine. We are not going to do that. He wants to fight me. He knows where I am. Tell him to march his army to Venta and fight me. He has no sway over our court. What's he talking about? Move you out so that you're not taking any attrition. What province is this? The province of Biturgia. You know what's about to happen, right? Let's start fabricating some claims. I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 claims. One on Pictonia, one on Biturgia. Oh, well. I can't start fabricating, I guess, until that other one's done. That's fine. You want to see something cool? I can now recruit horse archers in Venta, or in Icenia. So let's actually go ahead and add some horse archers to this army. Just added 10,000 more horse archers to this army. This is a massive army. It really is just a, kind of home defense force. It's not necessarily ever going to come to the mainland. And in fact, it'd be best if it never had to do any fighting at all. It is only put in place to, 1, have just a constant supply of trained troops, and 2, to be a deterrent for civil wars. For example, if anyone was going to raise a large army on Albion itself, well, they would have a large army to contend with and fight against. Looks like we need a couple new governors. You're pretty loyal. Civilization up if governor. Local population up if governor. Yeah, you sound pretty good to me. Ooh, and a new governor for Yukta. Someone who's loyal. You. We have a lot. One of the reasons why we're struggling with loyalty is because of our pretender support, and really that's coming from our low legitimacy. Which, well, I guess our low legitimacy is actually coming from our low support for pretenders. So we need to figure out a way to make our ruler more, well, our heir. Yeah, because look at this. Most people want this guy as the new king after I die. Part of that might just be because currently a child is the heir to the throne, and he's fine. He's also only 8 years old, though. And I get that. I wouldn't want an 8-year-old coming to rule this whole country. That would be disastrous. But yeah, I'll take the Freeman. Looks like we need a new civic researcher. I'll give that job to you, as you are of a disloyal family, and maybe that will make you of a less disloyal family. Speaking of, that Livy update, which is coming out December 3rd, I'm super excited. They've reworked the families quite a bit, it seems. I'm also really excited about how they're instituting like supply and attrition. I just think that that's going to be, I think it's going to be very tedious. It's going to make these like large wars much more difficult. It's going to make, I think, fighting in campaigns where you like take up, you bite and hold. So you try to take some territory, and then once you do take that territory, you have to just kind of hold it for a little while as you resupply or build more supply wagons, or maybe even move your armies back to an area where they can get food and supply, and then you're able to once again venture out and campaign. I think it's a really cool way to try to simulate the campaigning season. At least that seems like what they're trying to do with it. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about the fact... I know that some people were upset that there are going to be less families now. But no, I'm perfectly happy with it because show families, like, look at all these families. What, am I going to remember all of these? Do I care about the Tuomes or the Ursi? Like, no. I think 5 families is fine. Just a couple families is good. We can kind of understand, or maybe even like 4 families and then an everybody else category that represents, you know, and because I could see that in real life, like all of the other minor families getting upset, and you know, you lump all the minor families into one category, and then I could see, like, you know, in the ancient world, all the minor families in a place upset when, you know, 3 or 4 of the families were too powerful or something. I don't know. Either way, I'm really excited. I think they're doing a lot to progress the kind of internal management, as well as to progress warfare. Oh no. Oh no. Divicacus Sonorus has sent word that he has fallen ill. Perhaps, if he is wealthy enough, he will seek treatment of his own volition. Otherwise, we could always step in if his condition worsens. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have him seek treatment? Alright, he has enough money to seek treatment, so... yeah, I'll lose the political influence to... Alright, come on. Seek treatment, man. I know your ambition is to grow up, but we definitely don't want you to get sick. He has that inflammation. We're going to go and beat up on some barbarians a little bit. We have a lot of disloyal provinces. That doesn't make me feel good. This is the civilization map mode. You can see that we are a bright and shining star up here in the north. Look at that. Even our least civilized places are more civilized than... oh my goodness. No wonder all these tribesmen hate me. Check it out. Our least civilized territories out here in the steppe land, the wastes. Some of our least civilized territories are some of the most civilized territories in the game. For instance, the settlement of Scytha, way out here in the middle of nowhere, is more civilized than Rome. And, because it had a civilization value of 78, it's more civilized than Carthage. It's more civilized than Pella. Yeah, so we are a just shining beacon in the north, aren't we? I can see why they're upset. We still have a lot of tribesmen here. I guess it would be smart if I were to come through and build a bunch of buildings all over the place to make people a little happier. For instance, I could do tribesman happiness up. Ooh, buddy. Alright, denied legitimacy. Word has reached us that Mascelico Doratus has been spreading dangerous rhetoric that calls into question Lucterius III's Sonorus' right to rule, challenging Lucterius III Sonorus on the grounds of birth, efficacy, and morality. He could provide, or could cause widespread dissent if these claims are not dealt with. I'm gonna publicly repudiate his lies, of course. Definitely don't want to take a 20 legitimacy hit, that's for sure. But yeah, as I was saying, that new update coming out December 3rd, it's gonna be... I'm really looking forward to it. I'm trying to figure out who I want to play first as we get another... Ooh, we could lose 1,200 gold, gain some corruption, or lose 25 family prestige. Well, family prestige doesn't really do much at the current state of the game, so I'm just gonna lose the family prestige. Again, that's something I'm looking forward to. I hope that the family prestige does something in 2 weeks when the game is out. I'm trying to figure out who I want to play first in the new update. I think I want to do either a Rome or Carthage play. I know, like, I have a feeling everyone's going to want to do a Rome or Carthage play. But I kind of wanted to play a Republic next anyway. And their Republics Also, the Livy update, I feel like, well, it's coming out along with the Punic Wars free expansion. You're loyal, you go. I'm gonna do general loyalty up. No, I'm gonna do tribesman happiness. I think that's honestly gonna be fairly important for gaining some loyalty amongst our provinces, although they still seem to hate me quite a bit. So what I did, I'm building an army with 5 heavy cavalry and 10 horse archers. I'm switching the heavy cavalry to be the primary cohort, so they are going to be the first to engage the enemy. And then my horse archers are going to be the flanking cohorts. So they should, I think that combination should be a lethal one as far as just being able to smash the enemy to bits. If you have a better idea, feel free to put it in the comments, but I think it's pretty decent. How's that war goal coming? Man, I have so many disloyal provinces. We're going to have to figure something out to help us with that. Ooh, it looks like that has already come of age. And where are they fighting now? Where are you? Alright, so Rome is fighting this kind of Phrygian successor state. Alright, so I doubt they have sent many troops that way. In fact, I have a feeling that the only reason Rome is at war with them is because one of their allies is at war with them. But I think that is still a fine time to maybe declare war on Rome itself. They have lots of guarantees. They have 1 subject. I don't see any allies. No, they don't have any allies. So we could go ahead and declare war against the Aristocratic Republic of Rome. Are we ready for that? Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, war with Rome has been declared. And unfortunately, you're going to have to tune in next time to see it. I am going to have to call the episode quits here for the day, but definitely hit that subscribe button so you know to come back and watch the next episode as we finally, with the great, glorious, grand nation of Albion, take on the Roman Empire, albeit a diminished, not super strong Roman Empire, but our goal is to conquer Gaul after all, and, well, Rome right now is looking to be the major threat in Gaul, and so in the next episode, we will be fighting the Romans. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great time doing this series. If you're also enjoying it, hey, hit up that like button, hit up that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.